for you.
See you in Paris. Why do I feel like I'm on The Amazing Race? It feels like that. We planned this itinerary. We had come to Paris for 2 days to pick up my sister and her son, who were flying in from the U.S. to join us at our French house for a week.
Okay, you some happy.
My sister is just 13 months older than I. In fact, growing up, they used to call us Irish twins because a lot of people thought we were twins. In fact, my parents even dressed us alike. I was close with both my siblings growing up, but there is something about a sister, especially one that's close in age, that just is always there for you. And I think now that my brother has passed on, my sister and I have become even closer. So we thought, you know what, let's not delay, let's make this trip happen. We haven't been in France together since my wedding, and that was almost 23 years ago. Her son Luke is just 6 months younger than my youngest Orly, so it was the perfect combo. 2 moms, 2 kids in Paris for 48 hours. And here's what we did. So first tip, if you don't have a lot of time in Paris, pick a hotel that's in a great neighborhood. That way you won't spend a lot of time traveling around town. You'll be able to walk to most places. I booked the Hotel Horatio, which was in the 5th arrondissement in the Latin Quarter. It's a 3-star hotel, which was in the budget, and when staying in Paris, I probably wouldn't go lower than a 3-star hotel.
Wow, that's a small elevator. Okay. Wait, we have to take a shot of the smallest elevator.
So small.
We could only fit ourselves. She's gonna send up the bags. All right, go ahead. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, the door is heavy. Okay. Oh, this is cute. For a couple of nights, this will be
so adorable.
just cozy, right? Little desk, little window.
Look at our view.
Oh, okay.
Cute.
Not much of a view, but hey, that's okay.
I think it's a pretty good rate for being in this neighborhood. And you know what? It's clean, it's safe, and it's 24-hour person at the desk. So that's something you always want to check. Make sure that when you book that there's somebody at the desk 24 hours in case you need something.
This is also pretty cool. I was just looking for the closets and they're actually right here. This is actually great because you can hang something up. Each side of the bed has one, so that's cool. So you can hang your clothes in here. You can put some shoes here and some other things down here. This is actually pretty great because I was just thinking, where are we going to put our big bags? I don't know. I think we open them once, Orly, and then we take what we want out for 3 days. We'll stick them here.
Open them once and never open them again, but
I
it's
know.
not.
Weird. Okay, it has a cute little bathroom in here, little sink, mirror. Ooh, it has a hair dryer. That's always great, isn't it? It's clean, it has everything you need, and it will be fine.
The next day, we woke up and jumped in a cab, and we were headed out to the airport to Charles de Gaulle to go pick up my sister. Now, Charles de Gaulle Airport is an hour away, and I think my husband thought I was a little bit nuts driving all the way out there and back to go get them, but my feeling is she had come all this way. She's traveling with a child. She doesn't speak the language, and I just wanted her to be welcomed with some friendly faces.
Did they land?
They're right there.
Where do you
So
see?
Here, can I zoom in on it?
Yeah. Here, we'll sit right like this.
Then we'll see when they come.
And if they come out of any of these doors, we can't miss them. What, you see her? Where is she? Hi! You have any? Where's Luke? Hi, Luke! You made it! Come out this way! Hi, so are you guys tired? Are you exhausted?
I got 3 hours of sleep.
Are you ready for a little lunch?
Can we get a baguette?
Yes.
But first, it was back to Paris to get them checked in.
Okay. All right, Luke, get ready for the smallest elevator of all time. In you go.
And of course, their bags fit right into the elevator because my sister is the queen of packing. She always travels with a carry-on anytime she comes to see me in LA, and traveling to Paris was no different.
All right.
It's kind of bigger than ours, to be honest.
Yes, this is good. My sister is a marvel when it comes to the efficient packing.
And she does not skimp. She even brings glamorous outfits like this one.
I got it for $19.90
Oh my gosh.
because the zipper was
Look
broken.
at that. She's also the queen of bargains. Look at this.
This.
Isn't that gorgeous? I love that.
But
That's
this
so
is
cute.
my
Turn
new
around.
secret thing. because
Oh, yes.
it buttons
That's so
here,
cute.
or you button it here for the big puffy sleeves.
Oh,
with that.
yes. Well, you will surprise us.
This was
and let us know.
$14.
All right, now, no rest for the weary. We have to go get you guys a little snack before din din.
Okay, the first thing you need to do is satisfy your taste buds. So if you have a very small amount of time in Paris, there's always that one thing that you want to try. Maybe it's an eclair, maybe it's a religieuse, maybe it's some kind of quiche. But for my little nephew, he wanted to try a baguette. And just down the street from us was a bakery that won Best Baguette in 2016. So I thought, you know what, it's probably still pretty good.
Salut. Oh, salut is like bye or hello. Salut. No, wait, if you want to do it like the real Parisian, you have to just pull off the top there.
Yank it off.
Yeah, just yank it off. Because that's usually what you do when you come home from the bakery. You take a little snack before you go home. Okay, now go ahead, give it a taste. What do you think? Worthy of the prize? Is it worth the trip and all the jet lag?
Yeah.
I think what makes it great is you have to have the crusty exterior, right? And then the pillowy, soft interior. And that's what makes, in my opinion, a great baguette. The other little snack we got is this thing, which is cheese. What else is in here? Olives, sun-dried tomatoes, and I think a little chorizo.
It's so yummy. I like the way that they cut it. It has all these like cut layers where all the goodness gets cooked into it.
It's so good, isn't it?
One of my tips for getting over jet lag, especially the day that you've just arrived, is to make sure that you get outside. Take a walk, feel the sunshine, have your body get acclimated to your current time zone. I think it's totally unproductive to think about what time it is back home, the fact that you didn't sleep on the plane, and then go and try to take a nap in the hotel. I think that just makes you more groggy and makes it longer to get over your jet lag. You're better off just eating on time, so take lunch and dinner or breakfast all at the appropriate times, and I just think you'll get over it quicker. Then, as you're walking around, I recommend squeeze in one of your favorite Paris monuments. Everybody always has one monument that they really want to see. I knew for my nephew it was the Eiffel Tower, and we were going to go see that tomorrow morning. But I also knew that my sister would really love seeing Notre-Dame. Lo and behold, Notre-Dame, there she is. The poor thing, under restoration after the fire. It's amazing what they are doing. They say it's going to be open by 2024 for the Olympics, but I don't know. Some experts are saying it could be at least 10 more years. Unfortunately, due to the fire, you're not able to actually go inside Notre Dame. You can see all of the scaffolding and how they're restoring it, but it's pretty fascinating just to go up and see what all the restoration work is about. They have it pretty well documented. And of course, you can stand in front of it and take some fun pictures.
Wait, it's video. Hi!
So the other thing I recommend when you're in Paris is save a little money for one fancy dinner. I think that there's nothing quite like getting all spruced up and headed out to an elegant bistro. I wanted to take them to an old world classic bistro in the Place de Vosges. It's in the Marais, and I love this square because it's a perfect place for people watching, or at this time of night for taking pictures. Then just across the street, under the arcade, is a beautiful collection of shops and restaurants. And one of my favorite little bistros is tucked inside right at the end. One tip with traveling with kids in France is get to the restaurants early.
That looks delicious.
So we ate around 6:30, and I think it's better because the restaurants are empty. Most Parisians aren't going out to eat until about 8 o'clock. The food comes quicker, and if they're a little rambunctious, it doesn't matter because you're not going to be bothering any other diners.
I love your little steak frites.
I think a bistro is a great way to begin in Paris, especially if you don't have a lot of time, because a lot of people come here wanting the classics, and a bistro will always serve them up.
Your first French fry in France. What do you think? Let's see.
They're really good.
How are the French fries?
Delicious.
And you'll certainly find all of the classic desserts here too, from profiteroles to tarte tatin to raspberry tarts, and of course a little bit of ice cream. So one of my favorite ice cream shops in Paris is Bertillon on Ile Saint-Louis, but we didn't have time to get there, so we picked a bistro that actually served it. So we were able to kill two birds with one stone. Yum.
Delish.
Delish. Like the Like the apples have been stewed for days.
With that vanilla ice cream, that looks so good.
Oh my goodness, it's amazing.
So Luke, this is your first croissant in France.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Let's see.
Amazing.
What's different about that than the ones in the United States?
So much more flakier.
I know, right? Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
When you book a hotel in Paris, like most places in Europe, you typically have a choice between having breakfast included or not. I always find for the money and the value, it's always great to get the rate that includes breakfast. This one in particular at the Hotel Horatio was pretty great. You had croissants, you had yogurt, you had ham, cheese, eggs, basically everything you could possibly want. And when traveling with kids, breakfast at the hotel is just a lot easier, I find.
Now, my other must-see thing when you come to Paris, and this is just for me personally, I think you have to make time to get out to Versailles because it is so amazing, it's so beautiful. We have nothing like that in the United States. It does take at least a half a day or a full day, but personally, I think it is well worth the effort. Now, to get to Versailles, it can be a little tricky to navigate the metro or the bus or car service. I think the best thing to do is to book a Get Your Guide. So Get Your Guide is an app that you have on your phone. You can book all kinds of wonderful things. I did it all through Italy and it was really fabulous. So it says right here, we're gonna go see Versailles. We can skip the line tour and it also includes garden access. So you have your voucher, you pay all in the app, and then it tells you the meeting point. So here's the meeting point. We're gonna get directions. It tells you exactly where to go. And it's 19 minutes away. And we're gonna go meet our guide. Let's go do it. Luke, what is that tower? There she is. Okay, you guys, I see our bus. It is here. You don't look too happy about your tour. I know this is kind of like the touristy thing to do, but when you don't have a lot of time and you just need to get somewhere, sometimes you just have to do the touristy thing. At least we'll get to Versailles. Yeah. Here we are. We're in our tour bus. Dude, buckle up, buttercups.
The Chateau de Versailles is about an hour outside of the city of Paris, but that was okay. We were perfectly comfy in our little tour bus, and we just sat back, relaxed, and left the driving to the experts. When we drove up to the castle, I could just see the kids' eyes begin to widen. This was really what I was going for, maximum impact for minimum effort. And I don't care how old you are, Versailles never disappoints. So, get your camera ready. Look at this. Oh, just a humble abode. Where's Auntie Meg? Oh, there she is. Wait, we lost the guide. Luke, come. Everybody take hands. Where's the guide? Oh, here she is. You can always find your mom because she's in that orange jacket. I know. Follow the orange jacket. It's a little bit of a walk getting to the entry of the castle, and it's all on cobblestones. So this isn't the time for kitten heels or probably sandals. You want to make sure you have a solid shoe that will give you good footing. Once we reached the entry, the guide passed out these really great little audio guides. And basically what this is so you can hear her once inside. There are so many crowds, it is such a big location that it would be really hard for all of these guides to be shouting out over each other because you'll see there'll be different groups. And in we went. It is so awe-inspiring, just the entry alone as you reach the upper stairway. And I knew that the kids were in for a huge treat. We started the tour with some of the large public rooms, and everywhere you looked is a feast for the eyes, even the ceiling. It's so incredible between the artwork and the architecture and the light that streams in. It's really awe-inspiring. Now, I'll be honest, it was crowded. We were there at the end of June, and if you don't like crowds, this may not be for you. But I have been there off season, and it's not as bad, so maybe just avoid the summer months. Then we made our way into the king's apartment. The thing that was pretty interesting is how many people it took every morning to get the king and queen out of bed and dressed. It definitely was a time where I don't think there was a ton of privacy. In a place like this, there were always lots of people around. That must have been a challenging way to live. The king's apartment was pretty dark and somber, which was a great contrast to where we were headed next.
All right, this is my favorite part of Versailles, the hall of mirrors. It's my favorite.
This was the part that I was so excited to show the kids because there's so much to see. Between all of the chandeliers, which I can't help but imagine what this must have looked like with all of the candlelight. I mean, how spectacular. The ceilings, the light, and of course, the way it reflects on the mirrors on the other side.
How do you look?
I mean, can you imagine being all dressed up in your fanciest fare and having a ball in here? This must have been quite a room. We then made our way into the Queen's apartment belonging to Marie Antoinette. This was one of my favorite rooms because I just think it's so beautiful and feminine with the floral wall covering and upholstery. In fact, this was all of her design and wishes because when she moved to Versailles, she had this whole apartment redone in her style. And I just think there's something really lovely about it. I don't know, it feels very peaceful, which I guess therein lies the irony based on what was yet to come.
Show us. You just don't slide down the banister. That might not be. New.
I think it's time to get these kids outside. On our way out, we spotted the gift shop, which, let me tell you, this is no ticky-tacky gift shop with snow globes and keychains. This is really fabulous. You'll find some of the most beautiful products here, all inspired by the design of Versailles. Even some Marie Antoinette inspired sneakers for the person who has everything.
What do we say when it's time to go in French?
On y va!
On y va! Let's go! Look at that. Is that amazing or what?
Wow, that is a formal French garden.
So we have gotten our sack lunch and we are hiding in a little spot here to eat it. This is perfect. Table for 4.
Get away from the mass.
I know. We're going to get away from the crowds. There is nothing like a little picnic lunch.
Sandwiches.
Baguettes.
Sammy.
Now, there are little places to eat deeper down into the garden, but the kids were hungry and the interior tour took an hour and a half and we only had 2 hours left to do the whole garden. So we decided to take the easy route and just grab some baguettes. Now, if you think the castle is big, the garden feels even bigger, especially after you've spent time touring the castle and you're a little bit tired. So with 2 kids, my sister and I thought, you know what, it'd be really great if we could figure out how to rent one of these golf carts. So my daughter decided to take charge and ask these gentlemen. This is the benefit when I see this happening in France of all of those French lessons paying for themselves. The kids knew where to go, they took charge, and off we went. To the golf carts. We know they're here somewhere. We keep seeing them. If you don't keep an eye on the map, it's easy to get lost in the gardens. We kept trying to find these golf carts, but couldn't find them. And it was so funny because we kept seeing them zoom on by. At one point, there was like a parade of golf carts.
I think they have found the golf carts. They are charging off. Super wild. I can see them. All right, we found them and we found the golf carts. You guys did it. I'm impressed.
For the golf cart,
Yes.
you have to wait more than 45 minutes. 35, 40 minutes.
Shall we go to the boat?
Shall we go to the boats?
Let's go to the boat.
Let's do the boats. Okay, the boats. The boat.
So I found out later that the better thing to do is to reserve the golf carts online ahead of time. We didn't know, so we just strolled across the way to the boats.
All right, Luke, here we go. We're gonna go out to sea.
Yep.
But I have no idea how to row. Wait, we're going someplace.
Yeah.
You navigate. You tell me if I'm gonna.
Okay, you're gonna bump into like 7 million boats.
Okay, wait.
Okay, turn.
Turn. You don't give you. Wait, first of all, they give you no training. They don't tell you. They just throw you in the boat. All right, wait a minute. Okay, wait. I gotta go forward. I'll be much better if I can go forward.
You're bumping into the boats.
Okay, we're totally gonna crash here.
Want me to try?
Yeah, I think you should try. Put a little elbow grease in it.
To move it like.
They're very heavy, which is what makes it hard. All right, and then get them all synchronized. Yeah, there you go. Good. Heave. Ho.
We're going.
You're going. You're doing it. Go.
which way again?
Yeah, keep going. But see, I think you have to get your oars. Yeah. See how they're flat? There you go. Good thing we are not shipwrecked.
We're good.
Heave. Oh, you're going. I think you're doing much better than I was doing. I think you've got potential.
I've done this before.
Oh, you have? A
Not
rowboat?
like in this type of boat.
Amazing. All right, now there is a family in the distance that we don't want to crash into. Well done. Well, that is definitely harder than it looks.
After a little boating, we decided to go check out the other gift shop, which is in the garden. It's really beautiful because it's a garden-themed shop, and they have all kinds of wonderful things. Little toys for kids, things for the garden, an incredible selection of tabletop products. I couldn't stop looking at the flooring. Check out that stone. It's so beautiful and was probably part of the original structure. It was then time to leave the garden and start the long trek up the hill before the tour bus left. This was something we wanted to make sure we had enough time to do, so I would allow enough time to get out of the garden if you're on a timetable, because it's not a quick exit. We headed back to Paris on our tour bus, and it was time to do something a little bit more casual for dinner tonight.
Look for 59. Where? Oh, there it is.
In front of your eye.
Okay, there it is.
For dinner, we are on the Rue Montparnasse, and we are coming to a little part of the street that is known for its crêperies. And my husband said we must go to his favorite one. So we are going to give it a try and see what it's like. See you inside. So crêperies and galettes really come from the Brittany region of France, but you can get a pretty good one in Paris. And if you only have a short amount of time while you're there, I would try Crêperie de Josselin.
Okay, with our galettes, we have to have a little bit of the cider. I always like to get the brut cider, which is the dry cider, as opposed to the sweet. I just think it's a little bit better with the savory. Did you get the jumbo fromage? All right, what do you think? Is this your first bite? Ooh, nice and cheesy. Let's see. It's good, right? What do you think? Look at this. I got the smoked salmon with cream. What did you get, sis? You got the
One with champignon.
Yes, the mushrooms. All right, bon appetit. A crêperie is a great idea for dinner in Paris if you're looking for something inexpensive, quick, and of course, delicious. Here we go again, the Rubik's Cube. How does it all fit in here? This hotel has been our 6th hotel in the last 3 weeks, and I'm telling you, I am tired of living out of a suitcase. Next year, I am just bringing a backpack. I'm leaving all of this here, and I am bringing a backpack. You all are my witness. And I barely even bought anything. Maybe one shirt, one top, and presents for my French family. That's it. It's gotta fit. Let's do it. Well, time was almost up in the City of Lights, but we had time for one more mini excursion. So I thought it would be fun to head down to the banks of the Seine and book a river cruise. We have found our way to the Quai Vendee, and now we are going to look for our boat. So they say it's number 3, so we will look for number 3. Isn't this fun? Look at that. Hold you. Wait, don't you want to go up?
Oh yeah.
We want to go up. How do you get up? Oh, this way, guys. If it's too cold, we'll come back down. But I think we got to go up, at least for a little bit. Oh, okay. Wow. Let's see. Can we get the Eiffel Tower? You guys? Come on, Orly. Let's try to get a picture. Orly. Maybe we should stand. So we downloaded the app and now we are going to cruise with commentary. It shows you all the different scenes that we're going to see in the order we're going to see them. But I think we should start at the Eiffel Tower because that was the one we just saw. All right, hit it.
La compagnie des bateaux Parisian discovered the major monumental palace. The material repeated the sense you can find behind your seat porch. Only the volume on this thing, and then we'll hear commentary.
So it was pretty cool. You could sync up the audio app with the tour so that as you pass the various monuments, you would have a guide telling you all about them, the history and kind of how they factored into French history and world history. It was also pretty cool to go under the bridges as well. Tunnels are super cool.
I must say, the guide is good. It does give you the factoids.
Yeah, and it's not too much. That's
not
what
too
I like.
much.
It's only like a snippet for like 2 minutes, but
Yeah.
it also quotes people that built it, and that's nice too.
Yeah, that is nice. I think it's a great thing to do with kids because the kids like the boats. All kids like boats, and the parents like the information. So everybody's happy.
Except our kids who are just downstairs because they're too cold
They're too cold.
in the summer.
It's okay. We can see them from here. There they are, the little fearless travelers. The lovely Ile Saint-Louis. The only thing we did not get to do is go to Bertillon, which is my favorite ice cream shop in all of Paris.
Are we
It's on
looking
Ile
at it
Saint-Louis.
now?
Yeah, there it is. Give it a wave.
What flavor should I have had?
Pistachio. It's my favorite. It's so good. So if you guys are coming to Paris, make time. We should have made time. We tried to do it yesterday, but it just was too much after Versailles to go to Bertillon and get your pistachio ice cream.
The river cruise was just about an hour, which was perfect because now we had to get to the train station. We were headed to the Vendee region of France in the seaside village of Saint-Gilles, Croix. Who's ready to go to the beach house? We are. So a lot of you have asked me how you get to Saint-Gilles from Paris, and it's typically super easy, assuming you don't have any train mishaps, which we'll get to in a minute.
There's so many options for lunch.
I know, let's go.
McDonald's.
No, we're in France. Oh no, the pressure was on. I had to find something delicious that was going to compete with McDonald's in the eyes of an 11-year-old boy. Well, I think Paul's was just the place. It never disappoints. Okay, we're gonna start with our vegetable quiche, which looks totally scrumptious. The mom's got the quiche, right? Yum. Little lemon tart for dessert. What is this? Okay, the parade of desserts. It is a 2.5-hour train ride, so we need to make sure we are well fed. This should hold us. Oh my gosh, these desserts. Yes, yours is coming. A rhubarb tart. Oh, sorry. Okay. You like cheese?
Yeah, I like cheese.
All right. Ham and cheese for Lukey. That looks pretty good.
Here we go again, the mad dash to get the train so that we get the luggage space because of course we're traveling with our big bags. This is the last train I'm telling you that I'm taking with a big suitcase. I have totally learned my lesson. I am not doing this again. Well, we made it on the train. The problem is our bags are in the wrong car. We sat down, we got all settled in, and finally found the luggage spot. And then somebody says, I'm sorry, you're in our seats. I was like, okay, not a problem, we'll move. And then we realized we were in the wrong car. So we had to run all the way down.
We were in the difference of car 8 and car 2.
We had to run all the way down to car 2, but we didn't have time to move our bags. So now our bags are sitting in car 8, and we are in car 2. The good thing is this train, it stops at Nantes, and that's the last stop. So hopefully we can run back to car 8 and grab our bags, because we know exactly where they are. And there are seats in car 8.
If you've never taken the TGV in France, it's the bullet train, so it will get you to Nantes in about 2.5 hours, where if you drove, it would probably take more than 4 hours. So we just sat back and enjoyed the ride, thinking about how we had to make the mad dash to get our bags once we pulled into the station. It didn't really ease our anxiety when the conductor told us, well, if the bags get stolen, it wouldn't be their fault.
Okay, let's get ready. We have 30 minutes for this whole exercise because we have to catch up on the train.
Are you sure? All right, come on, Luke, let's go. Let's run. Just be careful, don't run into people. Okay, 7. Okay, I have the evidence of the problem. It says 2, but this is the car number. There was no 2. Wait for people to get off. Was it here? Oh, there's one bag. Grab that bag. Did you guys see your bags? Oh my, it is a miracle. Okay. Oh no, the door is shutting. Wait. No. Okay. All right, come on, we got it. We got it. Let's do it. All right. Saint-Gilles, Croix, there you are. So then, after you take the TGV, you just get on the little local train, and it's about 45 minutes to an hour to Saint-Gilles, Croix. Everything was going so well. We were very comfy on the second train until we found out we were on the wrong train. Yeah, we weren't going to Saint-Gilles, Croix. We were going to Pornic. So now we are going to wait for Philippe to come pick us up.
Always double check to make sure you're getting on the right train.
So we've decided to roll into Pornic, and we are having ourselves a nice Sauvignon Blanc. So we're just gonna settle here while we wait for Philippe to come pick us up. He's on the road.
An hour and 15 minutes away. But it would have taken us an hour and 45 minutes had we gone back on the train the other way.
I think I'm done with trains.
At least you get to see one more city in France, the lovely and charming Pornic.
Yeah.